So it is official. Attacks on the U.S. are happening as we speak. And these are not just your normal attacks. These are not people hitting the United States, troops landing on our shores and attacking the people. No, they're a different type of attack. But it is now official that it is happening. And something that most people don't realize is the greatest threat to our nation is actually coming from within. I will explain more on that in just a moment, but again, the U.S. is being attacked, and most people don't even realize it. Now, over the past almost month, we have seen attacks from Israel into Gaza, which started from Hamas, which is in Gaza, attacking Israel. And everybody's talking about the United States jumping in, getting in the middle of it, and that is going to cause an attack here on U.S. soil. Well, that's part of it. But again, that's not the greatest threat. But according to the FBI commissioner, he's saying that yes, there are possibilities where the United States will get attacked. And they are talking about cyber attacks like attacking our water supply, attacking our electrical grid, and even air traffic control. Now, yes, those would be major threats, but that is not what's going to cause the most damage. It's going to hurt, but it would not cause the most damage. Now, let's talk about what is causing the most damage, and this is going to be a massive, massive change. Today, it is November 6th. In just 11 days, the United States government will actually need a new bill for additional funding for the rest of their fiscal year 2024. Congress cannot come to an agreement. Republicans want to reduce spending. Democrats say, no, we have to increase spending to address all these new issues, Israel and Gaza being one of those as well. Just last week, we saw House Representatives, the Republicans in the House of Representatives passed a bill that would provide $14.3 billion to Israel. That money would come out of funding for the IRS. Now, here's where things get tricky. We have a new Speaker of the House. His name is Mike Johnson. In the past, he has advocated for reducing spending by as much as 30%. And this is reducing spending on things like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Right now, those three things make up over half of our federal budget. So, where are things going now? Well, here's what I can tell you. The attacks on the U.S. are coming from Congress. This is who's going to attack us. And it's not your normal attack. Normally, when you think of an attack, you think of somebody physically, abusing somebody. This attack is actually on our money supply, how much money we have, our income. Because what is actually being discussed right now amongst members of Congress is, do we continue to, fund these things, Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, or do we reduce spending and risk there would be some cuts? Here's what's happening. There's a war going on in Israel. The United States is trying to help. They're trying to help Israel because they understand that Israel was attacked first and now they're defending themselves. So they want to provide a little bit of assistance. But at the same time, the United States wants to help the Palestinian people, the people of Gaza, because the United States understands that there's many civilians within that small area that are being hurt, that are losing their lives because of this war. That's going to cost money. That is money that Congress has already stated is going to come out of the fiscal year 2024 budget, which means there's less money to spend. So here's what's going on right now. Congress can't agree on this new spending bill because of all the things that are happening at this time. They can't agree on a farm bill. They can't really agree on the the defense budget either. Right? There's a lot of issues. But what we do know is if we cut spending now, it is going to be pretty much an attack on the U.S. population today. It would be an attack on Social Security recipients, Medicare, and Medicaid recipients today. But if we do absolutely nothing over the next 10 years, which is still very likely, then it would be an attack on the American people in about 10 years. Because that is when we would see a 23% reduction in benefits. So what experts are telling us is that what is causing the most damage right now is that Congress can't agree on which direction to go. They say that we need to provide some support to Israel. We need to provide additional funding to Ukraine. We need to ensure that China doesn't invade Taiwan. Those are all things that have to do with other countries. And here within our border, we have border security problems, right? They're still discussing abortions. There's a lot of problems going on within our border, but yet very little is being done. One thing I just want to say is that experts believe the attacks on the U.S. population are going to be most severe from within our borders. It won't be a cyber attack. It would be attacks, possible attacks on the U.S. would cause us to spend more money on defense, spend more money on border security, spend more money to help out those other countries like Israel. And in exchange, we will have less money here at home, which means things like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP benefits, the list can seriously go on and on. Those things are likely going to see a reduction in spending. Now, for people on Social Security, I do not believe you're going to see your Social Security check get reduced. I don't think it's going to happen until most likely 5 to 10 years away. Here's where things will change. The spending that goes into the Social Security Administration, the actual administration itself, not the trust funds, that money is going to be reduced, which means there's going to be less customer service. There's going to be less innovation for their technology, for their systems. There's probably going to be less Social Security offices. And as this happens, like experts have told us over the past couple of years, this is going to cause the most damage to the American people. So, just wanted to fill you in on what's happening at this time. Again, I hate to say it, but Congress can't come to an agreement. Many people say we need a bipartisan bill, but the majority of Republicans and the majority of Democrats say no, that won't work. We need our bill, and that's the only one that's going to happen. So, right now, with Republicans holding the majority in the House, Democrats holding the majority in the Senate, I don't see something just coming out of the blue. It's going to take a little bit of time, a lot of negotiations, but we will see what happens in the end. So, that is what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one.